Welcome to Sebring in Florida for the start of the 2018 Trans Am Championship presented by Pirelli. This is the perfect venue to kick off the year as Trans Am began its amazing history here back in 1966. An amazing season of 12 rounds starting at Sebring and taking it to some of the most iconic tracks in the USA. Road Atlanta, Homestead, Detroit, Indianapolis, Pittsburgh, and then later in the season, Mid-Ohio, Road America, Watkins Glen, Virginia, COTA in Texas, and of course, Daytona International Speedway in November. With 4 classes in the series, we start with the flagship TA class, where there's no limits, no restrictions, and no excuses. Leading the pack once again will be last year's runaway champion, Florida's own Ernie Francis Jr.
Yeah, it's great to be back. This is one of my home tracks. I'm from Florida, so I love this place. I've been racing here since I was about this tall and 13 years old. But yeah, it's great to be back with the Trans Am Series again. We have some new sponsors on the car, and it's great to be back here and another fresh season after winning a championship.
Last year, Francis took his Ford Mustang to 10 wins in 13 rounds on his way to the championship. And in qualifying, this year the champion was out for pole again as he got in 2017. But found himself in an almighty battle with Paul Fix, a man in a determined mood. Fix beating Francis to the pole by the closest of margins, 201.644 for an all Ford Mustang front row. From Williamsville, New York, Paul Fix brings 18 years experience to bear on his title quest. And after being runner-up in both 15 and 16, Paul is determined to fix that in 2018 and take the title for himself.
Qualifying was fantastic. We've got a brand new car. Tony Ave put together a fantastic ride for me today at Sebring. And it's great to be back in Trans Am for the first race of the season. I can't wait to get started. The car's feeling fantastic. We did, a fast lap just to secure pole position, and the car's running great, so I'm sure we've got a strong car for today. 850 horsepower, big tires, big brakes. You can't get any better than that. It's just pure joy.
Racing alongside the TA class will be the TA3s. High-performance production cars from around the world, pitting American powerhouses against the European exotics. All eyes will once again be on last year's champion, Full Line Motorsports, Mark Bowden.
I've raced a lot of different series, and it really has come down to Trans Am is a lot of fun. A lot of good things happening here. It's a good community to be part of, and for the most part, I've had a great time and great racing, great tracks that they participate at, and a very diverse group of cars as well.
Competition in the TA4 class will be just as tight, but once again led by last year's champion, Baltimore, Maryland's Brian Kleeman. 2017 Sebring helped launch Kleeman's championship-winning campaign, taking pole position and leading every lap on his way to victory.
There's a little bit of pressure now. We have to defend the championship. There's some new competitors that are showing up that are definitely people we have to reckon with. So I think the competition has stepped up a little bit this year. So the bar has been raised, and we're going to have to keep up with it.
The iconic Sebring Raceway is one of the oldest continuously operated tracks in the US. 3.74 miles and 17 turns, with long straights and both high-speed and technical slow-speed corners. One of the biggest challenges of the season. The grid then for the first round sees Paul Fix in pole position in the Ford Mustang. Alongside him, the champion, Francis Jr., then Loshak. Cliff Evan, winner last time out in 2017, would not take the start in 2018 here at Sebring. Here we go then for the 2018 Trans Am Championship presented by Pirelli. An excellent start by Francis Jr. Paul Fix side by side as they went into the first corner, but Fix holding on, but it wouldn't be long. On lap 5, a problem for Paul Fix, a mechanical difficulty, put him wide and through quite easily went Francis Jr. And from there on in, he controlled the race. Sadly, no such luck for a fellow Mustang man, number 86. John Bokum going out with a blown engine. Good battle between Loshak in second and Dyson in third, but on lap 14, Chris Dyson would get through and then go in pursuit of Ernie Francis Jr. A great battle all the way to the checkered flag. Denied last year in 17 for the win. Not this time. Francis Jr. wins here at Sebring at home in Florida. Confirmation of the result then, the Ford Mustangs of Ernie Francis Jr. first, Chris Dyson in second, and the Cadillac of David Pinterek in third place. So, a great way for Francis Jr. to start the defense of his title in 2018.
It was definitely pretty tough for us. We were anticipating that the competition was going to be a little bit higher compared to last year, and it was. We had the pace in the beginning and just kind of kept the pressure on. Some of the other guys' cars had some mechanical failures. Some of them just kind of fell off the pace a little bit. So it was tougher, but our original frameless shower doors R&B company, Bonicati Fund Ford Mustang, was really strong out there, and just have to thank the crew so much. I couldn't do it without them. We were up till 3 o'clock in the morning last night working on the engine of this thing, up until midnight the night before working on this thing, so it really goes out to them. They did a great job, and couldn't have been possible without them.
So, Ernie Francis Jr. takes his 11th career TA win and goes in pursuit of back-to-back titles. In TA3, it was defending champion Mark Bowden for the second consecutive year winning at Sebring, ahead of teammates Tom Herb and Tim Kesman. A brilliant weekend for the Four-Line Motorsport team as they celebrated with a 1-2-3 on the podium. And in T4, it was Andrew Aquilante in his all-new Camaro taking victory ahead of the debutant Ronald Hugate in second place in the Ford Mustang, Chris Utzman in third, and Brian Kleeman in fourth place. A great weekend for Phoenix Performance. We turn our attention now to the TA2 class, designed, built and tuned with one thing in mind: performance. Just under 500 horsepower for all the cars. It's the fastest growing class and series in road racing. One of the hot favorites in 2018, the most successful driver in the last 2 years, 2016 champion, Tony Bufamonte.
We're absolutely itching to get on the racetrack. You know, we don't do a lot of off-season testing. You know, we don't have the budget for that. But so it's good to get out here. We got a brand new car, brand new engine. You know, the team is the same. We got the same personnel, but we're excited to get the new season kicked off.
So keep an eye on the number 34 Ford Mustang, one of several cars all capable of winning the TA2 title in 2018. The battle for pole in qualifying saw Mark Miller in the Dodge Challenger taking on RAFA MATOS of Boca Raton. But it was MATOS with a 207.875 put his marker down for 2018. A brilliant way to start in Sebring in pole.
It was a tough qualifying. You know, the conditions weren't ideal. The sun was right on our face, so I really had to focus on putting good laps together. It was very windy, but we did an amazing job. We put the number 88 three-dimensional service group car, Camaro, the first position. You know, pole position for us was a big achievement for this race. We were quickest every session, so I definitely didn't want to look like a fool not getting the pole position. So we have a big task ahead of us today, but I think we have everything it takes to win this race.
So as the TA2s head to the start of their season, let's check the grid now. RAFA MATOS and Mark Miller on the front row, Pete Project and Shane Lewis on row 2, Tony Arve and Luis-Philippe Montour on row 3. Rolling start again then. The 2018 Trans Am Championship presented by Pirelli, and away they go. And jostling for position and damage already to Shane Lewis in the number 92. I think that's bodywork rubbing on the tyre and it's pushing him backwards. Meanwhile, RAFA MATOS got the start. Keith Procek in second place in the Camaro. Good start from MATOS. For Monte already making headway from 7th place, and he's putting pressure, as you can see, on the number 9. That's Keith Procek. We go back on board with RAFA MATOS. Good start, good confident start, and he's pulling away by some 3 seconds here in the early stages. But then trouble as several cars going off, causing cautions. Here, the number 63, that's Bob Lima. And that would get the field all close together again. Mark Miller in second place, Bufamonte now up to third, and MATOS under pressure, leading the race. And with lap cars in the way, it was not long before Mark Miller was right there with MATOS. MATOS would defend, just going wide into the right-hander. That allowed Mark Miller through. He touched just slightly as he accelerated away. And then another caution in the closing stages, this time Doug Peterson having a big off. Teammate to Rafa MATOS, bringing out a full course safety. Turn 15 destroyed, and in fact unrepairable. And therefore the race finishing under caution. Therefore Mark Miller taking the checkered flag. More importantly, the first victory of the 2018 season. So congratulations to Mark Miller and the Speed Logic Prefix Dodge Challenger team. He takes the first win of the year ahead of Rafa MATOS and Tony Bufamonte in third, Shane Lewis fourth, and Pete Project in fifth place. Great way to start the year then for Mark Miller as he celebrates.
Where I really got him was alongside coming out of turn 10. He went in super deep just to defend and went a little wide, and I tucked in next to him and got a great run out. And made a little contact with the left rear, but was able to hold it, stretched out a couple car lengths lead, and the caution came out. So, you know, that's how it ended, and I'm looking forward to the next race because I think we're going to race each other real hard all year.
And that's good for everybody involved in Trans Am racing. A great weekend from Sebring comes to an end. We'll see you next time out at Road Atlanta for round 2 of the Trans Am 2018 series, presented by Pirelli.